So recently I made a video where I told you guys that there was a new option in Borderlands 3 where you can now make a new game character at level 72. Now I did want to kind of go over a couple of things that I didn't cover in that video because I just didn't know about it at the time. The first being that sometimes this option will not appear in people's menus. If that happens, if you don't see this by scrolling down to it like I showed you here, then do this. First thing you should try is go down to the news thing, just click on that, and then you can exit out of anything that it pops up, and when you go back up, hit play new character and try it again. If that doesn't work, one other thing that I've been told is that you do need to load in on your max level character that you've made before, because you do have to have a max level character in order to do this skip. And I've been told that you either need to try and switch it from normal mode to true vulnerable mode or true vulnerable mode to normal mode. I'm not sure which one works because this thing's just always worked for me, and it appears that this is probably a console specific issue. I'm not entirely positive on that, but just something for you to try. So you can try switching modes and then go back out to your main menu and try a new game and then see if the option is there for you at that point. Now next I want to show you guys how to quickly get that max level character, some gear, and some other goodies. Now depending on who you choose, this is going to be, you know, potentially easier than others. Obviously with Moze and Amara, they both have action skills that they can use to just instantly like kill a lot of things at Mayhem 11. However, with Zane and Flak, you will maybe need to work at this a little bit harder. So here's what I'm going to show you. First of all, make sure you set your game to cooperation. This way, whatever you have in your lost loot will be available to this new character. After skipping Marcus's thing, you can just go over to this vending machine and just immediately sell anything that you got in your inventory, including the Iridium Fabricator. Do not... I keep seeing people all the time say use the Iridium Fabricator to get easy legendaries, blah blah blah. If you want to do that, you can, but Iridium is far more useful for anointment rerolls, so I would say just sell that. Also sell off all the other guns in your inventory, but go ahead and keep your shield and your grenade for now because you might need something there. Now first thing you can do is you can go into your social menu, go over to your envelope here, which is your mail, and then you can scroll down and see if you've gotten anything from like while you were leveling up your other characters. You might have a bunch of loot in there, so just, you know, go and grab all that stuff. That's easy money. Also, if you have friends, they probably send you some stuff too, so you can take all this stuff and then you can just go into the vending machine and sell all that. That's going to be some easy cash for you. Or that could also potentially, like if, you know, on this case I'd tipped Moxxi and I had a crit sitting in there, you could keep that. But more on Moxxi and the tipping here in just a second. All right, so as you can see, that puts us up to 7 million already, and we're going to need a lot of money because we're going to need to replace gear, and we're going to need to also get our SDU upgrades in Sanctuary. So let's go to Sanctuary. I'm going to show you the next step. Okay, now that we've landed in Sanctuary, head over to this. This is your lost loot machine. The other characters you've been playing on, they have probably gotten a bunch of stuff for you in this machine. So go ahead and pop this thing open and just take anything you get out of here, and who knows, maybe there'll actually be some stuff in there that's even useful. Like in my case, I got some Revolters from where I was farming that the other day. And of course we have a Linoge. Okay, so after emptying out your lost loot machine, I say go ahead and set your game right to Mayhem 11. In order to do that, you would go into your menu, tab over to this symbol right here, which is Mayhem mode. Make sure you switch it from off to on and switch it to Mayhem 11. Now, I know a lot of people will say, no, you want to do Mayhem 10 because look, you get more XP, get more Iridium and money and more loot. No. You actually don't. Even though this says that you get less, it's a lie. These two are literally identical, except luckily Mayhem 11 gets rid of the annoying modifiers. So always play on Mayhem 11. And after you switch to Mayhem 11, just hit apply and exit. So after we do that, we do a little save quit real quick and load back into the game. And at this point, there's a couple other things you can do. So now that we've cleared that out and we've sold all of that loot for cash money, you can go here to the golden key chest, pop this thing open and get yourself some Mayhem 11 loot. In this case, we got mostly blues, actually just all blues and purples, so nothing really great there, but we can sell that as well. But after you do that, actually, let's go ahead and sell those first. And every once in a while, you'll find another Linoge in the vending machine. Yay me. We're going to sell all this new stuff that we just now picked up. And now we're going to head over to Moxxi, and I'm going to show you guys a trick that has never been patched. It's been in the game for quite some time. Basically, all we're going to do is we're going to tip Moxxi. So you come over here to our tip jar and you spam the tip option. You should have a few $1,000,000, so this shouldn't be a big deal no matter what. It's only $1,000 to tip her. So we're gonna do this until she sent us mail. As you can see on the screen there, it says Moxxi has sent you mail. But we're gonna do this a few times. I want to make sure that it pops up a few times, at least 3 or 4 times on the screen that she sent me mail. So there's number 3. Now we want 1 more. It doesn't have to be 4. You can go 5, 6, 10, however many you want to do. But then once you've got a few in there, you want to hit the social option. You want to tab over to the envelope, and then inside of your mail, you'll see that Moxxi has sent you some Mayhem 10 crits and hails. So what we're going to do is we're going to accept these, and then we're going to tab over 2 spots to this globe, tab back over to the envelope, and you'll notice that they're all still there again. And you just tab over, tab back, tab over, tab back, and you can do this until it tells you that you have a full inventory. And once that happens, you'll see that you have a backpack full of crits and hails, and we can go sell those over at Marcus's and make ourselves a lot of money. So basically you contributed $1,000 to Moxxi. Maybe, you know, probably by the time you got one item, you contributed, you know, 15, 20,000 or something like that. And you're going to sell them for 480,000 each. So this is a really fast and easy way to make some money. You can also keep yourself a hail and a crit, but just be on the lookout for good anointments on those too. Now, once you've sold quite a few of those, I do suggest going ahead and getting yourself some backpack upgrades. So do this a few times. Don't use up all your money though. Make sure you still have plenty of money to tip Moxxi. So there we go. We can actually upgrade our backpack fully. Now I am using a mod which gives me 100 backpacks, so ignore that. Your normal backpack I think is what, 50 I believe, but that's still going to be plenty because you can just keep coming over here and tipping Moxxi and doing this until you've reached money cap. So I mean, we're already at 24 million right here. If we did this for, you know, probably 15-20 minutes, we'll probably have $99 million. It's a pretty quick and easy way to get a lot of money in this game. It's in the game, so don't feel like you're cheating or anything like that. You're just making it easier for yourself to get all your SDU upgrades, right? Look at it that way. So let's do it one more time here. Tab over, tab back. And now that you have a bunch of backpack space, you can do a lot more, you know what I'm saying? So then again, all you have to do is just take these things and sell them, and you're gonna have a bunch of money. And then we'll get on to our next step of how to re-gear. Now you can see we have about 31 million. We can keep on doing that until we have as much as we want. You do want to go ahead and get yourself some SDU upgrades while you're in here, depending on what items you're going to be using. You might even want to wait until you've actually gone and found what items you want to use. But basically what we're going to be doing at this point is we're going to be checking vending machines. Now I have a great set of vending machines for you to use. Now before you do that, let me show you one more thing that you should do. Go up here to the Borderlands science machine in Tannis's lab, and we're going to get a butt stallion milk. Now all you have to do is you start this mission, the Borderlands science mission. This is available to everybody if you have an active internet connection. And after you've done that, Tannis runs her mouth for a second, and then you'll be able to go into the machine and you can play the Borderlands Science machine. And this will get you some points that you can use to buy boosters. And the booster that we want to get in this situation is the butt stallion milk. So first thing you would do is you would hit play, and you would do a round or two, or however many it takes for you to get 1,500 points. That's what you're going to need. It's going to give you an hour of upgraded loot quality. So we're going to click on that, and that gives us a full hour of increased loot quality. And that's going to be crucial because when we go to these vending machines in Devil's Razor, it's going to boost our chances of getting good stuff from those machines. So you want to head to the Roland's Rest fast travel, and then right where you land, that's basically where you got to be. You don't have to like really go very far. You won't have to fight any enemies. You don't have to worry about being attacked. You're just going to turn around, go to the vending machines, and look for loot. And just like that, we come to the first machine, and not really anything in there that we'd want to get. But really what we want to look for right now is legendaries, because with that butt stallion milk on, we should be able to get some decent legendaries. And just like that, look at that. That is a really good infiltrator for my Zane. So we'll go ahead and take that. We could go ahead and take a backham or anything, really anything that you want to take out of these machines you can take. Now, once you've got something, save, quit, come back in. And if while doing this, you notice that you're starting to get low on cash, guess what? Go back to Moxxi, tipper, get a bunch of crits and hails, sell them, repeat as needed. It's just so easy to get money that you shouldn't have to worry about that. All right, now if you don't want to sit and farm vending machines, I have another option for you. Keep your game on Mayhem 11, and what you want to do is you want to go ahead and go back to Sanctuary, and you want to start the Arms Race DLC. So at the beginning of the map, just head over to this wall and you'll see this poster for Arms Race. Go ahead and accept the mission, go ahead and save and quit. And then when you reload back in, you'll be able to travel right to Arms Race without having to wait through all that dialogue. All right, so now we can actually just go ahead and go to Pandora. And we want to scroll all the way to the bottom. That's where the Stormblind complex is located, and this is the Arms Race map. So once we load in on here, I'm going to show you a couple of quick ways to get into this really quick too. When you first come into the Stormblind complex, Axton and Salvador feel like they need to tell you their life story. Go ahead and save quit as soon as you spawn in there. Then when you load back in, they'll be done with that dialogue. It'll be time for you to hit the first button inside of Arms Race, which will be nice and quick too. As you can see, that skipped all their dialogue and it says turn on the first generator. So all we do is come up here, click on this button, and then guess what? They're going to want to talk to you some more. Save quit. And then when you load back in, you'll be able to go to the second button without having to listen to all their dialogue. Now, I will say if you're on an old gen console, you're probably just going to want to sit through the dialogue. I know that load screens are pretty brutal on there, and I do apologize. There's nothing that you can do about that. All right, after hitting this one, Salvador starts talking, save quit. And finally, that asks you then at that point to turn on the third generator, and that's where things will start to speed up a little bit for you. Now we do still have on our butt stallion milk, and that's going to help in Arms Race as well. So if yours is run out, then make sure that you go and re-up that before you start Arms Race, because that will help you get loot in here. Another thing you can do, and I'm actually going to save quit so we can do this. Another thing you can do while you're inside of Arms Race is go and turn on the events and switch it to the Broken Hearts Day event. And that's going to give you the potential to get some legendary loot hearts from various enemies inside of Stormblind Complex in the Arms Race. And that could be very, very crucial for getting through runs, especially if they drop a wedding invitation. Wedding invitation, and actually even the polyamorous that can drop from the legendary loot hearts can both actually be very good inside of Arms Race, because the balancing in here is very, very well done. And that's another thing. A lot of people might be worried about the whole, doing this on Mayhem 11. Don't be. The Arms Race is like the best balanced content in the game, and you don't have to worry about, taking too much damage inside of here. So when you first jump in, you're going to land right beside of a chest. Go ahead and grab whatever they give you out of there. If you get lucky, you'll get like a COV. We didn't get so lucky, but that's okay. Now from here, the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that the mission is active, and then check your mini map. And this is going to show you what areas are safe. And we spawn right here. One of the best chests is this one right here. This gives you the plasma coil and the dark armor. And luckily that's right in the middle of our circle, so we're gonna head straight over there and see what we can get into. Now one thing I will recommend is checking in different areas and seeing if you can find a chest. Sometimes there's a chest there, sometimes there's a chest there, sometimes there's one there, sometimes there's one there. So you just gotta be on the lookout for chests, and also look for loot hearts over people. They'll be like a golden color, and we didn't get one there. There's a legendary loot heart right there. And as you can see, that gave us a polyamorous and an executor class mod. Well, that's game over for these guys then, isn't it? Now the polyamorous isn't the most amazing thing in the world, but it will work in here. But getting an executor is huge. Really what you want to look for inside of this content is badass enemies. Now another thing is, once you find some good stuff, if you find something that you want to extract, what you want to look for on the map are these icons. These are your extraction points. So say for example, I have magically found something good. I would want to make sure I head over there and extract it as quick as possible, because if you die and you don't extract an item, then it's gone. I'm just gonna kill this guy because he's a badass, and with badasses there's always a chance, to get a legendary. And in this case, we got the death rattle. Not really a great option, but it is something that I can sell for cash money to possibly buy a good legendary in here. But yeah, that's basically the gist of it. You want to go around in the Arms Race map, and it basically tests your gun skills, and then extract anything that you find that's worth extracting. Plasma coil, Tizzy, Dark Army, Kick Charger, Boogeyman, Torrent, Critical Thug, Infernal Wish. The Toboggan artifact is great. And then there's several class mods that you can only get inside of Arms Race as well, one for each of the characters, so be on the lookout for those as well. All right guys, I hope this guide helped you in some way. If it did, make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, tap the bell icon for more. If you have any questions at all about this brand new level 72 character creation thing, I would be glad to help you out with that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a great day.